There he is over there.
Right there, yeah. There he is. Whoa! And there's another one right there. You see his head?
Oh. Looks like a little dog.
They call them sea dogs.
Hello. Hello, sweetie. There he goes again.
It's a man in a rowboat.
As in, like, homeless people have, like, diseases or some problems with them? Yeah, so he transmitted.
And we're in the house. Are we waiting for the train?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And is the train coming soon?
Yeah.
And what sound does it make when it comes into the station?
Choo choo.
That's right. It goes choo choo.
They come in.
Mama.
You know, this is called a map. Map. Yeah.
Maybe that's the song you should put on the Jurassic Park theme song. Dun, 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 dun.
Radar,
Right.
which side of the shoals they have to stay on.
Okay.
Some idiot went up there and spray painted the lens one day. Coast Guard has made been a lightkeeper for 15 years, so
Me too.
I'm into you've got a back eddy,
Yeah,
so
thank you.
the back eddy goes this way and the tide goes that way. Sometimes 5 years.
But they know where they're going, right?
One more bite?
I have a lot of cousins that live in the States. It's just like, I don't know, but
From Seoul and Seoul and Seoul, and then from Toronto for the other three. So.
So B. He's looking for flowers, honey.
엄마 내줘.
안아줘.
Yeah. Yeah, just go slowly for a bit.
Pizza for dinner.
What was that right now? 1:30?
Holy cow, did you? Yum, yum, yum.
it's your tummy.
Will, accommodate a thumbprint. I just have to manually.
Right there.
Hey, that's not a dance.
Most of these are all coniferous trees, but that's not.
Is the beach
No, lock the door.
Uh-huh.
Well, let me get the one at the bottom. The carnivore? Got the carnivore. So maybe we really want to like.
All is not good.
Well, you never know.
Yeah?
Yeah. And when he goes to kindergarten, it's pretty much gonna be like.
Yeah, but that's for Kai, isn't it?
Well, no, that's for everyone. There's 5 cobs of corn.
Yeah, but are we eating now?
Oh, he's got to eat soon.
Well, yeah.
Some kind of soccer style.
That's Webanyama. That's the guy I was telling you about before. Yeah, no, that's especially that. Have asparagus, you guys.
It's boosting his cortisol, as they're saying now.
No, most of them are terrible. The South African national anthem. Well. Why don't you show Uncle Dayu how to do the puzzle?
Hey.
How about this? Yeah, look, you see that? Fire. I think this one. Turn it.
This thing downloaded.
Oh yeah, I guess so. Five.
The original Globe Theater was burned down by a fire.
Five. Perfect. So we go all the way to here. Alright, good. So then.
Europeans have been doing it for a long time. The Finns and the Russians. And
Are they healthier than us?
Ceylon.
I didn't. Yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking for.
We'll be around here somewhere.
This is the sausage.
Yeah, not much happens in
Yeah.
Thank you.
My vote is this song.
This is it?
Yep. I took it.
You know, I imagine they don't check it. It's probably just good.
and then hopefully we'll hit Qualicum. We can do that tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do that. Yeah.
I thought to myself, oh my god, it's so cute. They're smiling at me and all those teams. I'm like, and they are.
I don't think they're very
What that one?
Depends on the one. I've seen all past ones.
Pirate boat.
Oh, that's what it is. Hi, matey. Hear that boat, right?
overall human institutions.
There's a lot of places here.
When you find out, let me know.
구독, 구독,
wanna sleep here?
Parking garage.
Rocks, I can show you how to skip a stone.
뒤로.
They're all round rocks, no flat. No, maybe they're not. They're too small.
Rocks or whatever they're doing, but they're like the size of cars. Small cars, but good enough.
No, Mommy.
Honey, are you gonna drink that water?
No.
Okay, well.
I know what they look like. They look pretty good. Yeah, I know. Pretty good, huh?
Like it. Good
I like it, yeah, the flower.
flower.
It's very beautiful.
Very good. Right here. So we're gonna be going in. Turning it right here. Yeah, you could turn right here. Yeah.
6:30 today. Awesome.
There. Qualicum Beach area. It's actually way. Well, should have told us that before. Now.
You run into a lot of drug addicts, you think, huh?
Seems like it.
It's like Hamilton, huh? Hamilton's a miserable city.
You didn't choose anything. Why didn't you choose something you want?
Are we getting the haka or did we get that? Which one do you want? That one's.
Can you take a picture?
So many food.
Oh. Thank you for that. That was very nice of you.
What did you give Grandma?
You're quiet there, Eric.
How do you grow?
House. So it comes. How's the skin, by the way? Is it improving?
Seriously. What I just told you guys. I'll be fine. I'm not sitting for
The bigger one. 깨끗하게 해줘.
엄마 물 닫아도 돼.
잘했어.
What's he got in his pocket?
crackers. You want some cheese with the crackers? What's in that box then? What is that?
Those are crackers.
What can we pass you?
Your cat.
That's a plane way up there, but it's hard to see. Oh, he's over there's another.
You like the crackers? Yeah, you're using
Is that a seal over there? Having.
Yeah, that's not how you do it though.
Yes, it is.
Not
That's how
exactly.
Bob does it.
So some people do it. Pouring it right out of the gullet.
You shooting at those? Okay, I'm gonna make it.
You like grapes?
2 bites.
2 bites. Good, sounds good. Well, I don't think they're gonna win tonight. There you go. Whoa, it's a big long one.